All right, welcome back. Math is easy, step by step. So right now, what I'm doing is answering a number of different HiSET math questions that you will see on your HiSET exam. And what I'm also doing is going over some test taking strategies in order to determine if any of options A through E can be eliminated prior to solving the problem. That will always increase your odds and probability of answering the question correctly if you can eliminate some of these options. Even if you don't know how to answer the question, if you can narrow it down to two options, you can have a 50% chance of guessing correctly. So let's just jump right into it. Jasmine is playing a game where she rolls a dice with 6 sides and flips a coin. What is the probability or odds? That's another way of saying probability. What's the odds that the dice will land on 3 and the coin land on heads? A, 2/12, B, 3/5, C, 1/2, D, 1/12, E, 1/6. So let's take a look at these options and let's see if there's any information based upon the question that helps us to eliminate any of these options. Well, first thing I see here A, 2/12. And I recognize E, 1/6. If you were to double 1 and 6, you would end up with 2/12. If you cut 2/12 in half, you'd end up with 1/6. Since both of these are equivalent to each other, cross them off. They're not going to give you two answers that are exactly the same and ask you to choose the best answer. So you can probably cross off A and you can probably cross off E. Now, another piece of information I had from reading the question is in the last portion right before the question mark. And the coin landed on heads. Well, we typically have coins with the heads and the tails, right? Which is 1 out of 2. So, considering you're also asked what's the probability of the dice landing on a 3, you can most likely eliminate C as well, because the odds are going to be different than just flipping a coin, which is 1, heads is 1 out of 2 options, heads and tails, right? So you can probably cross off the C, which leaves you an option of B, 3/5, or D, 1/12. Okay, so I don't know those, so now I'm going to go through and show you how to find that probability. I'd ask you, if you're going to have a 6-sided dice where you want 1 out of the 6 sides to land, right? 3 is one option out of 6. So 1/6 would represent your dice. 1/2 would represent your head, coin landing on heads, excuse me. So 1/6 times 1/2. When you multiply fractions, and if you're not familiar with multiplying, dividing fractions, please take a look at my fractions video where I go over adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing fractions. But when you multiply top to top and bottom to bottom. Again, 1 out of 6 sides, that's the dice landing on 3, is 1 out of 6 odds, times flipping of the coin landing on heads, 1 side out of 2. You multiply 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 2 is 12. Our answer is going to be D. The probability is 1 out of 12 times you're going to have the dice land on 3. And you're going to have the coin flipped and land on heads. All right, so probability is just another way of saying odds. percentages. Every fraction is a division problem. Every division fraction gives you a decimal, and every decimal can be converted into a percentage, right? And so that's an odds. Odds are percentages. If you're not sure about fractions and converting from fraction to decimal to percent, or percent to fraction to decimal, check out my videos. I've uploaded a number of videos that help you understand how to do that. So here, a dice has 6 total values. The odds of landing on any of the 6 values is 1 out of 6, or 1 out of 6, or 1 to 6 ratio. All of these are equivalent to each other. And then finally, I'm writing this out so you can have this. This is a video. Take your time, rewind, pause, watch it again if you need to. The coin has 2 sides, so the odds or the probability of landing on either side is 1 out of 2, or 1 out of 2, or 1 to 2 ratio. Hey, thanks for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step. I appreciate your time. Thank you. If I have helped you, please help me with your donations, your stars, so I can bring more of these videos to you.